Welcome back to the South Dearborn-Lawrenceburg matchup this evening. I'm Scott Petty along with Coach Dick Meter. Here tonight's starting lineups for South Dearborn on offense. At quarterback, number 10, Mark Morris. Slot back, number 22, A.J. Gray. Number 27 at slot back, Herb Smith. Following it at fullback, number 31, Eric Lowe. At split end tonight is number 24, Todd Honchel. Another tight end this evening, or split end, is number 84, Ryan Walston. Center tonight is Nick Bryant, number 73. Bart Flack will play a guard at number 55. Kevin Roberts will play the other guard at number 67. Tackles tonight are Willie Brandt at 52 and Andy Street, number 71. Offensive lineups for this evening for Lawrenceburg are quarterback Brian Atkins, running back Devon Marion, running back Andy Bartley. Another running back is Ricky England. Center tonight is Matt Cotherman. At guard is John Ross.
Okay, gentlemen.
Another guard is Ryan Kaniga.
South Dearborn, you have called heads. It is a head.
It's your choice is Lambert.
You've chosen to receive the ball, and you have chosen to kick which direction? Away? Okay, come right around here. South Dearborn has won the toss. They will be receiving with Lawrenceburg kicking away from the board. Okay, guys, let's have a good football game. We'll see you back here at halftime. Lawrenceburg will be your choice. Best of luck to both teams.
Okay, South Dearborn has won the toss and are elected to receive the ball, and Lawrenceburg will be kicking the ball away from the scoreboard. To finish off tonight's lineups for Lawrenceburg, at the tackles are Ulysses Lambert, J.J. Holliday. At ends are Robert Couch and Kobe Lambert. And that's all I have. Anything to add, Coach Meter?
No, I think both teams, they look like they're getting about ready to go. And I imagine we'll have the national anthem before we get started. I don't know,
sir.
But both teams look like they're really pumped up, and a lot of excitement here because I think it's going to really be a good ball game. I think
exactly.
I talked to both coaches before the game, and both of them said they'd be tickled to death with a one-point win. I mean, they think it's going to be that close of a ball game, and we'll just have to see what happens here. Lawrenceburg is getting ready to kick the ball off.
All right, here in a second we'll have to get ready to have the kickoff. To run down tonight's officials, we have Bob Stewart as referee, Ben Brunsman as umpire, Dennis Spaeth as line judge, linesman is Ron Spalding, and back judge is Rick Frank. And it looks like Lawrenceburg's getting ready to kick the ball. And set back to kick is, I don't have the numbers in front of me. Number 10, Doug Sturgeon's getting ready to kick the ball. And he boots the ball. Back to return for South Dearborn is number 81, Bryce Gibson. And he's tackled on the 20-yard line.
All right, good coverage by Lawrenceburg. Had a pretty good kick there. He let the ball hit the ground. That slowed down South Dearborn on getting a return set up a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
But still good field position, and we'll see what happens here.
Okay, Mark Morris gets ready to lead the South Dearborn Knights down the field. Mark Morris in the backfield along with one running back, number 22, A.J. Gray. Age goes to Gray. Gray on the outside. He misses one tackle. Gets dropped about the 25-yard line.
Good quick pitch. It has some good blocking. Lawrenceburg had a man shoot through the gap and got a hand on him but couldn't bring him down. And Gray was able to just get on outside and looked like he picked up about, what, 5 yards on that?
5 yards. That brings down to 2nd and 5. Looks like big Eric Lowe is back in the backfield right now in the fullback slot. Morris gets ready for the snap. Big Eric Lowe's got the ball. Seems like he picked up about 2 or 3 yards on that play.
Okay, hitting straight inside. South Dearborn, of course, does run the run and shoot, which means they normally are only going to have one running back in the backfield. And the other 2 running backs are called slot backs, and normally one of those will be in motion each time. And they do have 2 split ends, so they have a lot of people to throw to if they want to throw.
Big Eric Lowe has the ball again. Looks like he's a couple yards shy of the first down.
Pound in the middle in there. Looks like they're probably getting ready to set up running the option here. So it'll be 4th down, and looks like it's less than 2.
They have a 4th down and 2. See what the Knights option to do here.
They're lining up in punt formation. 2 wide receivers.
Looks like Mark Morris back to punt. See how Mark does on this punt. And he punts it, almost blocked by Lawrenceburg. And it's touched by Bunchbach on about the 42 yard line.
So they got the ball back on Lawrenceburg's side of the field. South Dearborn had 3 downs and didn't quite make the 1st down. Had to punt. Now we'll see what Lawrenceburg. Basically, Lawrenceburg in that first series ran the same defense they've been running, and it looked like South Dearborn pretty much ran their regular run and shoot. Lawrenceburg's coming up with 2 running backs, which gives them the power to the short side of the field.
Good stop there by number 56. Gary Peters makes the stop for the South Dearborn Knights.
All right, Andy Bartley was carrying the ball. He picked up a couple yards, running off tackle, running to the short side of the field. Now, I don't know what the scouting report is or anything, but they are running. They got a split backfield this time and a slot back to the wide side of the field.
Play a little quarterback keeper there by number 7.
That's
Brian Atkins.
Brian Atkins. It looks to me like they're trying to set up the option. South Dearborn's running a 6-3 defense, so they're really keying the run. They're not. They don't look like they're as afraid of the pass as they are the run, the way they've got their defense set.
This brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Lawrenceburg Tigers on about the 30. I say about the 46-yard line.
Okay, they got a split backfield, split into the short side of the field. There's a play-action pass. Devin Marine caught the ball wide open. He took a real good hit by
Mark Morris.
By Mark Morris on that after he caught the ball, but it wasn't enough for a 1st down. So it was a little play-action pass. Devin Marine just cut back across the middle, and I think we have a replay coming up on this. You'll see Marine at the wideout, cutting right across the middle, and nice pass, nice hit there by Morris after he caught the ball. But it wasn't enough for a 1st down. All right, full house backfield, 2 tight ends for Lawrenceburg. What we call the old straight T. And a timeout. Something was wrong with the play.
Right time.
It looked like there was a...
Okay, while this timeout is called, we'll be right back after some words from our sponsor.
From time to time, we all could use assistance in our financial affairs. American State Bank offers personal service for all of your financial needs.
Along with the attractive rates being offered on personal or automobile financing, American State Bank also offers a low fixed rate MasterCard or Visa.
American State can help if you're buying or building your home. We also make home equity loans.
See either of the 4 American State Bank locations in Lawrenceburg and Aurora, member FDIC.
Legend has it, Colonel Sanders' secret recipe for a new kind of chicken lay lost for years. Until one fateful day.
Rotisserie chicken recipe. Confidential.
The rest is history. Introducing the Colonel's Rotisserie Gold. Marinated, then slow roasted as only the uncontested master of great tasting chicken would have done it.
You've still got it.
The Colonel's Rotisserie Gold. At KFC, we do chicken right.
Okay, welcome back to Neary Field, where Lawrenceburg Tigers still have the ball. Brian Atkins is set up, and he's getting ready to take the snap. Whoa.
All right, that was Ricky Eaglin on the carry. Lawrenceburg set up in a full house straight tee. South Dearborn had changed their defense. They went to a 5-4, and Lawrenceburg had motion to the right, had a fake into the line, and they come back with Eaglin on a little counter play going over the left side off tackle, and he had a nice hole over there and broke through for a first down. The ball's down on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 with Lawrenceburg.
Nice stop there by South Dearborn.
Looked like number 58 on that tackle there.
Yeah, 58 was Steve Gimmer made the stop for South Dearborn.
All right, Lawrenceburg faked their quick pitch and then come back with the counter move with Andy Bartley up through the middle, and it looks like he probably picked up a yard, so I'd say it's about 2nd and 9. They come out in the I formation this time. Bartley's at fullback, Eaglin at the tailback. We have official timeout.
Hey, he didn't do anything wrong. Let's get him out of here.
The Lawrenceburg players might have hurt themselves or something.
Hey, out for one play.
Looks like
Get him
number
in, let's
33,
go.
Andy Bartley, was shaken up on that play.
Yeah, he's
I
hurt.
don't know if he's shaken up or had something wrong with his equipment. The referee spotted something, and Andy Bartley is leaving the field. Well, they took a fullback out and put number 66, Skaggs, in. Skaggs is playing at the guard. I can't tell who they moved up to the moved back to the fullback there. That was Eaglin going off tackle to the left side of the line, and looked like he picked up a few yards. It looks like that's Aaron Drew, number 57, is running in there at the fullback now, since Andy Bartley has gone out. Now they bring in Kaniga. Kaniga's coming in to play the offensive guard in place of Skaggs. They have one back in the backfield, which is Eaglin, and we have a slot back and 2 tight ends and a split out to the right side. Play action pass. Play went deep. In and out of the hands.
Play was broken up by number 80 of South Dearborn, Kevin Turner.
That was Doug Sturgeon that was one of the wideouts and went out for the pass. And the pass was pretty close. It was good defense by South Dearborn. I don't know if he touched the ball or not, but he was in the face of the receiver and couldn't follow through on it. Okay, Bartley's back in the ball game now at fullback, and Marine goes out.
This is a 4th and 5 situation for the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
Here's a big down right here for both teams. Kaniga has moved back into the backfield slot. There's a quick pitch to Eaglin, trying to get outside. South Dearborn had real good pursuit, moving to the outside. It looked like they was almost ready for that play.
Yes, it looked like it was set up in defense for that play.
Yeah. They
drops the Lawrenceburg Tigers short of the first down, probably about 4 yards.
All right, that was set up to be a quick pitch to the outside, to the short side, to Ricky Eaglin. They are going to bring in the measurements, so they must have gotten a little closer than what they look like from up here. South Dearborn had real good pursuit on that defensive play, and
That's the first. Yeah, I told him it was.
from up here, it looks like that Lawrenceburg did
down.
come up.
They do have it.
No.
Can't tell from up here. Did they get it or didn't they? They did get it.
Lawrenceburg got the first down.
Lawrenceburg got the first down.
Well, that was kind of like you say, that's real misleading from up here.
Yeah.
It looked like South Dearborn had that play defense real well, but Lawrenceburg did manage to pick up the first down, and they're down on about the 10-yard line.
That brings up a first down situation for the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
Handoff was to Andy Bartley, and boy, was South Dearborn waiting on him there. I think they got him for a loss, but I'm not going to say because the way I was fooled on that other play, I'm not going to say what it was, but looks like he lost about a yard on that. So South Dearborn was waiting on that play, and it looked like the interior of the line of South Dearborn had 2 or 3 guys that broke through and stopped Bartley for about a 1-yard loss on the play.
So this brings up a 2nd and 11 for the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
And according to the downs markers, they can make a first down without getting a touchdown. So it looks like they're probably on about the 12-yard line. They need 11 yards for a first down.
Fumble on the play. Fumble on the play. Oh, it's recovered by South Dearborn. Number 20, Philip Corbin has got the ball still. What a return by South Dearborn on that fumble recovery.
Well, there was the first big break of the game. Lawrenceburg had a fumble on the play. South Dearborn, who was that to pick it up and ran it?
Bill Coburn returned that fumble for about 50 yards.
We do have a flag on the play.
Okay, here's a
replay.
All right,
we have a replay on the play. You'll see the fumble by Lawrenceburg. There, number 20 picks it up, and there he goes. He's hard to bring down. He gets hit once, keeps his balance, gets hit again by Devin Marine, and he was still going around.
Uh-oh.
We had a penalty on the play. The referee is wired, so we'll see what he has to say the penalty is here.
Personal foul, clipping number 67 on the return. 1st and 10 for White.
Okay, so the play was brought back 15 yards, but it's still 1st and 10. South Dearborn has the ball on about the 42-yard line.
Kevin Roberts was called for that clipping foul.
So South Dearborn stopped Lawrenceburg's march, and now they have the ball for the 2nd time to see what they can do on offense. Lawrenceburg is in their basic 4-4 defense. They run a 4-4 with 3 defensive backs. South Dearborn's in their run and shoot formation. There you see motion. They hand off straight upfield to Lowe's, going right up the middle.
Eric Lowe's up the middle. Looks like a gain of about a yard.
We have Lambert and
make that 3-yard gain for Eric Lowe.
Lambert was in on that tackle. So they're trying to set up, working in the middle, and then the quarterback is still carrying out his fake, so it looks like they're trying to maybe come back with something. There's the handoff.
Oh, Eric Lowe's
straight up the middle, and boy, was he rolling. Went right through the middle of Lawrenceburg.
We have a fumble on the play, and Lawrenceburg is recovered again.
And the 2nd break of the game, big break of the game, just when it looked like South Dearborn was ready to roll, and on a good march, Lowe's was carrying the ball. He rambled right up the middle, picked up 1st down, had big yardage, fumbled. Lawrenceburg gets the ball back, and so here both teams have been, their drives have been stopped by fumbles. So this is what Coach Crocker said. Both teams have kind of shot themselves in the foot throughout the year on fumbling the ball, and now both teams have had a real key fumble here. Bartley through the line for big yardage and a 1st down on the 40-yard line. I don't see any flags.
Looks like a gain about 20 yards for Bartley on that
Real
play.
nice run by Andy Bartley and a 1st down. And
here comes the replay.
We got a replay on this. Come out of the full house backfield. He had good blocking. He hit the hole real quick. And South Dearborn is running this 6-3 defense, and once you break the line of scrimmage on that, there's really nobody there to tackle you except the defensive backs. So, and that's who brought Ant Bartley down. There was a pitch to Eaglin. He went off right tackle and picked up what looked like a 1st down, but there is a flag on the play.
Mark Morris and Phil Coburn were on the tackle on that play.
Holding 88 White. They're going to have a 1st down here. We'll move them back 10 yards, rerun 1st down. Be 1st and 20 or 1st and 10 from up here.
Let's take 1st and 20.
Okay, 88 White. Holding.
I'm sure he'd been 88 black.
From here?
Had to be, which is Kobe Lambert there on the hold. They had a real nice hole, and instead of being 1st and 10, they're going to be 1st and 20. They're going to move Lawrenceburg back 10 yards on the holding call.
This will put them on about the South Dearborn 49-yard line.
Well, both offenses are moving the ball real good, and I really expected to see a defensive struggle. It's what I expected to see in the game, and it just goes to show how much I know so far. Okay, now Lawrenceburg lines up in a Pyre to the right side. 2 tight ends. There's a play-action pass. Atkins is back to throw. He's on the run. And he decided to keep the ball and run it. And picked up a few yards, but did not get near to where the original first down was. So South Dearborn's defense broke through, put a lot of pressure on Atkins, had him on the run, and he wasn't able to really, he didn't have time to really look for receivers on that play.
Mike Abbott and Mark Morris were on that stop. So this brings up a 2nd and 19 for the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
Well, I'll say one thing, they're using the whole field. Both teams are running wide, they're running up the middle, so they're using the whole field. Lawrenceburg's in a straight T again. There's a handoff to the second back, which is Eaglin going off tackle and getting outside, getting some running room. Finally knocked out of bounds. He's short of the first down, but it was a nice gain.
Looks like Phil Coburn pushed him out of bounds.
That put him up real close to the first down.
Out of bounds. 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down. It's 2 for the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
All right, so they're keeping things wide open. They're trying to throw the ball, trying to run wide. 2 yards to go here. When they're in the full house backfield, it looks like a lot of times they're really going to that second man through. Now they're in the Pyre I. The Pyre I is lined up to the short side of the field, which is the right side. There's a handoff to Bartley straight up the middle. He has the first down and a few more. Broke through the first tackle, kept on his feet, kept driving, went on through for the first down.
Andy Lowe and Ron Walston on the stop. That was enough for first down yardage for Lawrenceburg. So this brings up a 1st and 10.
All right, we've only got about 45 seconds left in this first quarter.
Oh. Got a pile up in the backfield.
That was number 87 or 67 that broke through for South Dearborn. He got there in a hurry. He almost got the handoff. That's Kevin Roberts. Boy, he got a charge. He was right in there in the backfield. Looked like Lawrenceburg lost about 2 yards on the play.
When I said it.
He came right in through the middle and stacked that play up before it ever got started. He almost took the handoff.
That time's getting ready to expire here in the first period. Okay, that's the end of the period. After the end of the first quarter, Perpetual scoreboard is Tigers nothing, South Dearborn nothing.
For over 95 years, Perpetual Federal Savings and Loan Association has been providing financial services to this community. Perpetual Federal has always been a strong, solid institution with a variety of savings and loan services which include checking with interest, CDs, money market deposit accounts, home equity and home loans, student loans, IRAs, and much, much more. Join the generations of Southern Indiana families who have grown accustomed to the friendly, knowledgeable service at Perpetual Federal, your family financial center.
Take comfort in the Trane XL90, a gas furnace that's over 90% energy efficient, and it's got a limited lifetime warranty on its heat exchangers.
Take comfort in his service. Take comfort in his name. Take comfort in the man from Trane.
See Abbott Heating and Cooling today at 3 East Center Street in Lawrenceburg. Or call us at 537-4704.
All right. Lawrenceburg breaks out of huddle. Here they come. Second down and
10.
About 10 to go here. They're running a power backfield to the short side of the field. Bartley in motion to the left, and the quick pitch to Ricky Eaglin. He gave him the quick pitch. He had 3 blockers out in front of him going over left tackle, and made a nice run. Looks like he come up about 2 yards short of first down.
And Kevin Roberts was back in the backfield again to try to break up the play. He's coming right up the middle.
He almost got in there and broke the play up before it got started. He's really getting a charge in there, getting off on the ball. Okay, here's the full house straight T formation for the Lawrenceburg, and there's a quick pitch to Eaglin, trying to get outside. Again, South Dearborn was in the backfield, had hold of him, and was about to bring him down for a loss, but he was able to break out of the grasp of the hands. It looked like number 88 on that for South Dearborn, if I'm looking right, which would be Kirkpatrick.
We got a flag on the play. Let's listen to see what the penalty is.
Decline, they're going to have a first down here.
Yeah, they did make the first down.
Holding Lawrenceburg.
Okay, moving back 10 yards back from this spot here.
All right, that was holding on Lawrenceburg.
Eaglin had the first
And
yard.
we run third down.
Had the first yardage for that play, but a holding call brings them back. Sets up a third down and
about 9 yards.
9 yards for Lawrenceburg Tigers.
Lawrenceburg's offense has been moving the ball. South Dearborn's offense moved the ball the last time they had it, but fumbles have stopped them, and here penalties has really slowed Lawrenceburg down. They've had 2 holding penalties in this drive, and they still moving the football. In a full house backfield again, tight T. Here comes Marine in motion to the left. And it's a handoff up the middle. And 67 and 66 for South Dearborn is diving inside in there.
Fumble. Was there a fumble on the play? South Dearborn is pointing ball towards them.
South Dearborn got the ball. So here's another fumble. Both teams are stopping themselves. They just, I'll tell you, this Roberts boy,
I did not see it.
For South Dearborn, he's in Lawrenceburg's backfield on just about every play. We're going to have to watch him next time and see how he's doing that, if he's shooting the gap or if he's overpowering or what he's doing. But he's really giving Lawrenceburg fits in there, shooting through the gap and getting in the backfield in there.
Well, on the fumble recovery, this brings up first down and 10 for the South Dearborn on the Lawrenceburg 25-yard line.
There's a straight handoff to the fullback. Lowe's is taking a break. I see him here on the sideline. He's been playing offense and defense, so they do have a new fullback in there this time.
Looks like Phil Coburn.
Phil Coburn, he picked up a couple yards off of this run-and-shoot offense. So this run-and-shoot is the only actual running back they have is the fullback, and the other backs are slot backs, and one of them is usually in motion, which means they could be a running back or they could be a receiver. Here's the power pitch, and we have a flag on that play.
Looks like Herb Smith was the carrier on
7 white. Black captain.
Okay, here the referee will let him do the talking here.
67 white holding here. They'll have a third down from here, moving back 10, rerun seconds. Okay. Moving back 10 yards from here. Okay, right here. 10 yards, Ben, from here.
Go ahead.
Okay, 10 yards.
Let's see, it was 10-yard penalty. What was the call, Dick?
Holding.
Put it right here.
It was holding on South Dearborn.
Okay.
Holding number 67 on the offense. Rerun, second down.
There we go.
Well, Lawrenceburg, number 57, was in there on that play. He was really causing trouble. I don't see his name in the program, so he's got number 57 on. He's getting a good charge in there, but I don't know who it is. That was a draw play. Morse went back to act like he was going to pass. The fullback was sitting back there waiting for him. He gave the ball to the fullback.
Okay, let's go to the replay on this, Dick.
Yeah, it's a draw play. It's a real set up real well. Lots of room to run. And there he goes. He's breaking through, and he gets up to the past the original where the 1st and 10 started. So it's now 3rd and about 8 yards to go.
That was Phil Coburn on that carry, on that draw play. Morse back to pass. Has a receiver intercepted.
Intercepted.
Jack Skaggs with the interception.
That was Skaggs from Lawrenceburg on the interception, and we have a flag on the tackle. They pulled him down on the tackle. We'll see what the referee says that penalty was. Here's a replay on that. You'll see the ball is tipped, and Skaggs comes up with the interception here.
We're going half the distance, personal foul. It's going to be your ball, 1st and 10, okay? Okay. Half the distance.
Kevin Roberts made the stop on the interception, but...
Personal foul number 67, dead ball, 1st down.
Dead ball personal foul on...
Number 67.
67.
That's Roberts.
Roberts, yeah.
Yeah, he's all over the field. He made the tackle. He might have grabbed a face mask or something on the tackle because it looked like he grabbed him around the back of the shoulder pads. Okay, so Lawrenceburg has excellent field position down on about the 13-yard line, it looks like, 12-yard line, and they're lined up in a power offense to the right side. There's a handoff to Andy Bartley off right tackle.
Stopped for about a gain of 2 yards on that play.
Yeah. Again, Roberts was in on that tackle.
That boy's all over the field, isn't he?
Looks like he picked up about 2 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 8. All right, so we've had fumbles, we've had interceptions, and we've had lots of penalties. And the penalties have been major penalties. We've had holding and
personal foul
penalties, and that really hurts a team, whether they're on offense or defense, either one.
Brings up 2nd and 8 for the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
There's a quick pitch outside to Eaglin, and he picked up some yardage, but I don't think he got enough for the 1st down. South Dearborn reacted real quick and got there, stopped him for a short gain of 3 or 4 yards, so it looks like it's about 3rd and 5 again, or 3rd and 4 maybe. Well, South Dearborn kind of has their backs to the goal line here as a result of that interception, and Lawrenceburg's trying to take advantage of it.
Looks like the ball is set on about the 6-yard line.
Lawrenceburg picked up the 1st down. They didn't get in for the touchdown, but they got a 1st down. It looks like they're right down hammered on the goal line. It looks like about the 2-yard line. So this gives them 4 downs to try to pick up a couple for the touchdown.
This will see how strong South Dearborn's defense is. The 1st and 2.
Well, it looked strong on that play. They faked the pitch. It was faked the pitch outside, gave to Bartley on a counter play. Bartley was a fullback, gave him on a counter play coming up the middle, and it looks like Bartley lost a yard on that play. South Dearborn's defense reacted real well and stopped the play up the center. So we have 2nd and 3 on the 3-yard line. I don't think I'd run at that Roberts boy any if I was.
He's a brick wall on the left,
he's
on the
sure
right,
doing
on the
a lot
left
of-
side, I should say. Right
Okay.
side.
We got 2nd down here. Lawrenceburg's in a power set to the right. And Adkins
Quarterback
keeps the
keep.
ball. Quarterback keep. Looked like he was trying to follow his backs through the hole off a right tackle. And it looked like about the whole South Dearborn defensive line was in on that tackle. And they just inched down closer to the goal line. It looks like they got down to about the 1. So we got 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Marine comes into the backfield for Kaniga. Still got the power backfield set up to the right side. And it's
Touchdown,
a touchdown.
Lawrenceburg.
Ricky Eaglin took the ball in from the 1-yard line out, so Lawrenceburg draws first blood, and it was a result of a turnover, a result of an intercepted pass, and not only did Lawrenceburg get a run back on the intercepted pass, but they also picked up a 15-yard penalty, and so now we'll have the try for extra point by Lawrenceburg. And it looks like Sturgeon is going to attempt the kick. And there's a penalty flag down. Lawrenceburg had somebody running in on the field. I don't know if that it would be illegal procedure or if they had too many men on the field.
Forward at the snap, so we're going to have to rerun it, or else if we decline it, then we'll be good. Huh? We'll rerun it, sir.
The penalty is against Lawrenceburg. The referee is talking to
Leaks
South.
motion. We're going to move them back 5 and redo it.
Illegal
motion.
procedure. Okay, they had a player running in off the sidelines, and of course you're not allowed to be moving forward when the ball is snapped, and so that gives them a 5-yard penalty, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and try to kick it again.
Coach Crocker on the Lawrenceburg sideline is not very happy with this player on that call. See him over there stomping around.
You don't want to make mistakes like that and take points off the board. They're hard enough to put on there. You don't want to take them off.
Sturgeon again for the point after attempt. Ball snapped, ball's up, and Dougie Sturgeon hits it.
All right. So he kicked 2 in a row, still got 1 point out of it.
So
Lawrenceburg leads the game 7-0.
All right, we're going to take this quick commercial break right now, and with 5:25 left in the second quarter, the Lawrenceburg Tigers have scored 7, and the South Dearborn Knights nothing. Let's take this quick break.
Whether you're remodeling, replacing, or building new, we present an open and shut case for Anderson Windows. Anderson Windows and Patio Doors, opening and closing daily in America's finest homes, as well as her finest dealers.
From time to time, we all could use assistance in our financial affairs. American State Bank offers personal service for all of your financial needs.
Along with the attractive rates being offered on personal or automobile financing, American State Bank also offers a low fixed rate MasterCard or Visa.
American State can help if you're buying or building your home. We also make home equity loans.
See either of the 4 American State Bank locations in Lawrenceburg and Aurora, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Neary Field. I'm Scott Petty with Coach Dick Meter. As you've seen before, we went to commercial break. The Lawrenceburg Tigers have scored on a 1-yard run by Ricky Eaglin of Lawrenceburg, and the extra point attempt was made by Dougie Sturgeon. Lawrenceburg set to kick off to the Knights.
It's the second kickoff for Lawrenceburg. They kicked off to open the game, and now they're kicking off again after the touchdown.
Bryce Gibson takes the kickoff, And he's got room to run and stopped.
He showed some speed over there. He broke to the outside. He broke a couple of tackles and was able to add on a few yards. So South Dearborn has excellent field position, and really their offense has moved the ball pretty good also. They just haven't had the ball as much as Lawrenceburg.
The turnovers and penalties of what killed both offenses. But it seems like last offensive drive, the Lawrenceburg Tigers have had the better shot at the end zone.
Lawrenceburg's still in the same defense. South Dearborn's running the same offense. They have the run and shoot. No motion that time.
Broken play, and it's a sack by Mark Morris. Eric Lowe has slipped on the play, which left Mark Morris wide open. And it looks like number 78, Ulysses Lambert, made the stop.
That was to be a handoff to Lowe's, and you can see him very definitely. His foot slipped right up under him as he started to take off. And, of course, Morris had nothing to do then but take the loss. And it was looked like about a 5-yard loss on the play, so it's second and about 15.
Reverse on the play, handed off to number 87. Jamie Roberts takes the handoff. Another loss of probably... That brings it back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Skaggs broke through on that, made a nice tackle. Skaggs is the one that intercepted the pass a while ago. Lowe's is out of the ball game. They have another fullback in. So we have third and about 15 yards to go for the first down. South Dearborn needs this first down very bad if they're going to try to pick up a touchdown in this half.
Morris back to pass. No, draw play.
Draw play to the fullback, which picked up a couple yards, but we do have a flag down on the play.
All right, this is a third down play that they've run. It will be fourth down from here.
Penalty is on South Dearborn.
If you take the penalty, we got a holding 67 wide. We're going to move them back in, rerun third down again.
Holding on number 67.
Okay. Holding 67. Holding 67 on the offense has declined. It's going to be a fourth down.
Kevin Roberts called with a hold call. Lawrenceburg has declined the penalty, so this brings up a punting situation for the South Dearborn Knights on a fourth down and about 10.
We have Kevin Turner limping off the field here for South Dearborn. He looks like he sprained an ankle or something. It looked like when he was going in motion and he slipped. I don't know if the dew is getting on the grass and making it slippery or what's happening, but it looked to me like South Dearborn's backs slipped twice during that series. Here's the second punt of the game. Almost blocked by Lambert, but it's a good punt. Number 40 for Lawrenceburg comes up with a good catch. And again, number 40 was in on the tackle for South Dearborn, and immediately after the tackle, they threw the flag, and...
What? 40 white face mask from the end of the run. Okay.
Got a face mask call on number 40.
What, Captain? That face mask, move it up 15. It'll be a first and 10 for you. Yes, sir. Okay, all right. Okay, let's get the ball here. Is this their ball? South Decatur's Lawrenceburg's.
Hey, Robert, you don't play.
Huh? Is that Lawrenceburg's? Is that Lawrenceburg's ball?
Yeah. That's
okay.
South Dearborn's ball. Let's take it again.
We need a ball in here. Got it there, Ron. Got it up there. Okay.
15-yard penalty, called a face mask on the tackle. Here comes the replay.
Ooh. That was a tough one to call.
Tough one to call. The official was right on it. He threw the flag immediately on the tackle, but from what we saw, I mean, it was, I couldn't see a face. It looked to me like he grabbed the shoulder.
Yeah.
But this is killing South Dearborn. The penalties, that's two face mask penalties they've had on run backs, and it's given Lawrenceburg awful good field position. Here's the play action pass.
Intercepted by Mark Morris. He's got open field. He misses tackle. They slip and fall. Oh, Mark Morris, what a run back.
I tell you, you could see that coming. I saw Marsh start from his safety position. He ran all the way across the field. He knew it was a play-action pass, and he played it beautiful. He picked that ball off, and
let's see that replay again.
Yeah, here it is, right here.
Beautiful.
You can see Morris coming in. Well, maybe you can't, but he come right in, picks it off. Beautiful, beautiful interception.
He's got open space on the sideline.
He just didn't have anybody out in front of him because he was in front of everybody else on the interception. So now South Dearborn, with about 2.5 minutes to go, has excellent field position.
Looks like the ball's set on about the 35-yard line. Big Eric Lowe up the middle, but stopped.
Had 2 or 3 Lawrenceburg defenders in on that tackle. Kaniga and Lambert were both in on that tackle. And number 57 again. I wish I knew who he was, because he sure is doing a good job in there for Lawrenceburg, but I don't have a number 57 in my roster here.
I don't have a 57 on my sheet neither.
But he's playing a defensive tackle out here, and he is doing a super job.
Morse back to pass. He's got an open man. Oh, overthrew his open receiver. Number 84 was the open man, Ryan Walston. Mark Morse just had a little too much muscle behind that pass.
All right, he had some real good blocking up on the line. He had plenty of time, and the receiver did break open. He got behind the defensive man, and if he had caught it, it was touchdown all the way.
Timeout has been taken by South Dearborn with 1 minute 50 seconds left in the second quarter. The Lawrenceburg Tigers are still leading the game 7-0 over the South Dearborn Knights.
All right, South Dearborn called a timeout. They know this is a great scoring opportunity, and I'm sure the coaches out there tell them, now let's don't get any more penalties. Let's hang on to the football, and let's execute. We got time to score a touchdown here and tie this ball game up, but they have to execute. And I imagine that's why they called the timeout, because he wants to make sure that South Dearborn is executing here while they have this good field position.
When South Dearborn goes back into play, they got a 3rd and 9, which is a very crucial 3rd and 9. It looks like the ball's still set on about the 25, 30-yard line.
Looks like about the 30, yeah, about 29 or 30.
29, 30-yard line.
Like you say, they need about 9 yards for the first down, so this is a real key play. I'm not saying it's a game play because we're still in the first half and it's a close ball game, but I know South Dearborn would sure love to put a score on the board before they go in at halftime, and this is 4-down territory, though. They don't need to get it all the way this time, I don't think. I think they'll go use all 4 downs, so they still have 2 downs.
Pass by.
Okay, he was covered pretty well by Lawrenceburg. Atkins was back on the coverage. It was pass play all the way.
Yeah, Mark Moore's pass was attempted by Jamie Roberts, but like Dick said, there was just too many Lawrenceburg Tiger uniforms wrapped around him. So this brings up a 4th and 9 situation for the Knights.
Here's their 4th down. This time, this is a big play for them. I mean, last play was a big play, but they still had 2 downs. Now they've only got 1, and 9 yards is a lot of yards to try to make up down here.
Especially the way the Lawrenceburg defense have been playing.
And it's another pass play. Pressure, it's a screen pass.
Oh, very close, has the first down.
He's got some blockers out in front of him. Runs over a couple guys, breaks through.
He's got first down yards.
He has the first down.
Big play by South Dearborn.
Okay, that was a well-executed screen pass. Morris dropped back. Some of the receivers, wide receivers, went deep. Lawrenceburg defensive people had to go deep with them, and it set up a real nice screen pass. Lowe's had a couple of blockers out in front of him, and then he broke a tackle. Here's a replay
on that play. Little screen pass to Eric Lowe there. Eric Lowe has all his defenders up in front of him. Good blocking there.
All right, here's the pitch. Going outside, and Devin Marine breaks through and throws South Dearborn for a loss on this quick pitch trying to get outside. Looks
A.J.
like
Gray.
they lost about 3 yards.
Little A.J. Gray on that pitch. Lost about 3 yards on that play.
We have a
Good
timeout.
time.
South Dearborn has called timeout again.
Okay, it's down less than a minute. And again, Coach Wheat calls timeout because, again, he's saying, fellas, we got to execute here. We have to get this ball in the end zone. And Coach Hatter comes out to talk to Lawrenceburg's defense. So coaching staffs for both teams are out here talking it over and telling each team the importance of these next 3 plays, because 56 seconds, they could get 3 or 4 plays off and before half here.
I think that only leaves South Dearborn with 1 timeout left. So in order for South Dearborn to stop the clock, they have to go out of bounds.
Or an incomplete
Or an
pass.
incomplete
they can
pass,
stop it
that's
on
right.
an incomplete pass. And they've looked good on their passing game. They've been open. They've just been overthrown a couple of times. And they've had good protection. They have Lowe's in the backfield at fullback. Wide split in out to the left to the wide side of the field, and a split in to the right to the short side with the 2 slot backs. Lawrenceburg's in their basic defense still. Comes the counter play. Nice hole.
Nice
opened up.
hole. Oh, he's in there. No. Oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
Eaglin caught him from behind, and another flag on
Another
the tackle.
flag. It looks like
looks like another face mask.
Looks like Eaglin caught a little hand on the
Yeah.
face mask there.
From up here, it looks like they're grabbing them behind the shoulder pads, but the referee's right on top of it, and that's the 3rd flag that's come down right on the tackle like that.
Okay.
Looks like a little
Put it
Herb
on the
Smith had the
4-yard
ball
line.
on that carry.
4-yard line.
Face mask call.
That'll be half the
It'll be a
distance to
first
the
down.
goal line.
Wait a minute. Hold a second. Hold it, guys. Hold it. Personal style, face mask, defense, first down.
Okay, the ball is on the 4-yard line, first down, and Lawrenceburg calls a timeout. South Dearborn had called the 2 previous timeouts. Lawrenceburg calls this timeout. Probably they're going to make some adjustments in their defense. Coach Wheat goes out to talk to South Dearborn with what?
47 seconds.
47 seconds left in this ball game, and boy, it's everything we thought it was going to be. It's a close game so far, and both teams are playing, I think, real good football, except for the penalties. Boy, there's just
Penalties and turnovers.
penalties are really, it's been hurting both teams. I haven't been keeping record. I don't know what the stats are on the penalties, but probably South Dearborn has had a few more, I think, because they've had a few more face mask calls. But that was one that hurt Lawrenceburg right there because South Dearborn has time to score here. First down on the 4-yard line. And they got a big 245-pound fullback that would love to cross that goal line.
Morris under center. Handoff to Eric Lowe. No, quarterback keeper by Morris.
He had a real good fake on that play to Lowe's. Lowe's comes up limping. He sprained an ankle, it looks like, on that last play.
Little quick offense here. Little pass. Touchdown, South Dearborn. All right, boys.
What a pass. Morse threaded the needle on that. He had 2 Lawrenceburg defenders hanging on him. He threw that ball, it looked like, right under the arms of a Lawrenceburg defender. And who caught that ball?
Ryan Walston in the end zone.
Walston it had to be a super catch because Lawrenceburg's defender's right there, and he concentrated on the ball all the way in. What a play.
Good play by South Dearborn and Mark Morris. That gives South Dearborn 6 points on the board with 23 seconds left in the first half. We had a Duff kick on that. Kicker was number 58, Steve Gimmer. Bad snap, Duff the kick. All right, the Tigers still lead this ball game though, but it is tight. Tigers are leading 7-6 over the South Dearborn Knights.
Well, it's just about the kind of ball game we said. Both coaches I talked to, and I think I've said this before, but both coaches said they would be tickled to death with a 1-point win. So this 1 point looms big, but we still have an entire second half to play. In fact, there's still 23 seconds in this half. And the way this ball game's been going, anything can happen as far as penalties or run backs or fumbles. We just don't know what's going to happen here. So don't go away, because this kickoff, could anything happen on this. This is the first time South Dearborn's kicked off in the game. Deep for Lawrenceburg is Marine, and number 40 for Lawrenceburg is Andy Bailey. He is also their punt returner. It's a squib kick by South Dearborn. It's a real good kick, and did not go out of bounds. Lawrenceburg picks it up and doesn't get a very good run back, so that's real good strategy on South Dearborn's part, and they executed it real well. They got a real good kick, and they got real good coverage. We'll see if Lawrenceburg throws a Hail Mary and tries to score here, or if they're satisfied to go in with a 1-point lead. We'll see what Coach Crocker decides to do here.
Last remaining seconds of the first half ticking away. About 8 seconds left.
And they hand off to Eaglin, going off tackle. He's hit almost at the line of scrimmage, still fights for time, and that's the end of the half.
At the end of the first half, the perpetual scoreboard reads, Lawrenceburg Tigers 7, the visiting South Dearborn Knights 6.
For over 95 years, Perpetual Federal Savings and Loan Association has been providing financial services to this community. Perpetual Federal has always been a strong, solid institution with a variety of savings and loan services which include checking with interest, CDs, money market deposit accounts, home equity and home loans, student loans, IRAs, and much, much more. Join the generations of Southern Indiana families who have grown accustomed to the friendly, knowledgeable service at Perpetual Federal, your family financial center.
Drive and be happy or your money back. All of it plus 2%. Now at Andy Chevrolet owns Geo in Lawrenceburg, every used car and truck is sold with a 102% money-back guarantee. You drive the used car or truck you buy for 20 days or 2,000 miles. If for any reason you're not happy with it, Andy will buy it back for what you paid plus 2%. Buying a used car or truck at Andy's $49 factory invoice trading center will be a pleasant experience. Sales hours are from 9 to 9 on weekdays and 9 to 4 on Saturday. Andy Chevrolet owns Geo, I-275 and US 50 Lawrenceburg.
And welcome back to Neary Stadium here in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Indiana, where the Tigers are leading the South Dearborn Knights by 1. It's score 7-6, and we're just beginning the third quarter play. South Dearborn will kick off to begin the third period to the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
All right, well, it's been everything we thought it was going to be. It's a close ball game. Both teams have played real well, and both teams have been plagued by penalties and turnovers. There's been couple interceptions that really turned out to be key interceptions. Lawrenceburg scored after they intercepted a pass, and South Dearborn scored after they intercepted a pass. So they have really played a big part in the game. There's also been a couple fumbles, but they haven't led to scores. Okay, here's South Dearborn's kickoff here. It's a short kick. It hits the ground. Sturgeon picks it up, breaks 2 or 3 tackles, and he's brought down on about the 35-yard line.
He's brought down by number 34, Mike Manford. And Jeremy Loudon for the South Dearborn Knights.
Okay, we'll see if we can pick up any adjustments that either team has made here at halftime. We'll check South Dearborn's defense. They were in the first half running a 6-3. They did go into a 5-4 for one play. It looks like they're back in their 6-3. They have 6 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 2 defensive backs. Lawrenceburg's in a pretty much, they have a power formation set up, and they hit straight in with Eaglin. And he is stopped right maybe for a yard gain by South Dearborn. Neither team has had much of a passing offense. I don't think they've completed many. We're not really keeping stats up here, but I can't remember very many completed passes. A big play for South Dearborn was the screen pass, though. But as far as downfield passes, there hasn't been a whole lot of them.
And we can't forget the pass, though, in the end zone by Mark Morris to Ryan Walston, which set up the South Dearborn TD before halftime.
Well, the TD was a pass play.
Yes.
The touchdown for South Dearborn was a pass play. Straight handoff up the middle, looked like to Andy Bartley.
Bartley gets another gain of about 3 or 4 yards on that rush.
All right, it'll be third down in about a long 4 or a short 5. And the big key down here to see how both teams, I know, want to come out and start this third quarter off and try to control the other team. So Lawrenceburg wants to keep moving the ball. And, of course, nothing would tickle South Dearborn better than to stop Lawrenceburg here and force them to punt.
Just don't forget, Lawrenceburg hasn't had to punt the ball yet.
There's a quick pitch, went outside.
Fumble on the play.
And there was another fumble, and South Dearborn come up with the ball. So
Big Eric Lowe recovers that fumble.
Eric Lowe on the recovery. So there's a big break for South Dearborn. As we said, both teams want to start the second half off and control the ball. So there's a big break for South Dearborn right here at the start of the third quarter. They have excellent field position. It ball's on what, about the 40.
About the 44-yard line. Handoff up the middle with Big Eric Lowe.
Okay, Lowe's not getting much up the middle there. He's Lawrenceburg's defense is stacked in there pretty good, and by only having to worry about the fullback coming in, there's not a whole lot of deception on that play. And when he does get the ball, Lawrenceburg getting 2 or 3 tacklers on the play. He picked up a little over a yard. Well, no, I guess he
lost a yard.
Yeah, he lost a yard.
Eric Lowe lost a yard on that play.
Right.
Sets up 2nd and 11 for the South Dearborn Knights. Pass play deflected by Lawrenceburg. Looked like number 88. Kobe Lambert deflected that pass.
Deflected at the line of scrimmage. The receiver was open. If he had got that ball through there,
it was open field.
He was wide open on the pass play. It would have been a short pass, but he had a lot of running room. So that brings up to third down and about 11 or 12 yards. Lawrenceburg's front four defense is playing real tough in here. They've stopped the running game from Lowe's.
And we got
on
a
the line there. I imagine Lawrenceburg will decline that and force South Dearborn to punt, I imagine.
Eric Lowe on that draw play looks like he gained probably maybe 4 or 5 yards on it, but it'll be all we got a motion penalty on
motion penalty, right.
South Dearborn.
I don't know if Lawrenceburg will accept the penalty. I'm sure they'll decline the penalty probably and take the play.
Lawrenceburg has declined the penalty.
So this will bring up 4th down and
about 8.
About 10. They're right at the down.
Okay.
So it looks like South Dearborn is putting in their punting team. They are on their end, on Lawrenceburg's end of the field, so they could conceivably fake this punt and try to pick up the first down. But I imagine they'll try to pin Lawrenceburg back in their own territory here. Looks like Lawrenceburg's coming on trying to block it. It's a low line drive, hard to handle punt. Lawrenceburg picks it up, but there's no blockers there, and he's hit down close to the 15-yard line. Real good coverage on that punt by South Dearborn. It wasn't a real high punt. It was a low line driver, but it hit the ground and was bouncing and was hard to handle. So for Lawrenceburg, it'll be first down. Looks like it's about on the 15-yard line, the best I can tell from here. So this will be Lawrenceburg's second chance to try to move the football. South Dearborn took it away from him the first time with the fumble recovery. Lawrenceburg still has not punted in this ball game yet. All right, they have a pyre set with the slot back to the short side of the field, which is the right side of the field. It's a handoff inside, and not much running room there. South Dearborn was ready there. They had 2 or 3 guys there to stuff that play. Picked up maybe a yard. Both teams' defense looks like they're playing real tough this half. I can't really tell that they've made any adjustments. It looks like they're still playing the same, although they could have changed their charges. They could have moved to half a man and something, and that makes a difference. But right now, both defenses looks like they're playing good.
Uh-oh, we got, a sack. Broke into the petty action pass. Was broken up by Kevin Roberts.
Roberts again. He's giving Lawrenceburg fits breaking through that line in there. It was a play action pass. Atkins tried to fake the run, and Roberts wasn't fooled at all. He just kept right on after Atkins, and Atkins tried to pull him down, or tried to run outside, and Roberts just pulled him down for a big loss. It looks like it's 3rd and about 15.
Yes.
3rd and 15, and the ball's down inside the 10-yard line for Lawrenceburg.
Seems like every play Lawrenceburg has ran, Kevin Roberts has been in the backfield trying to break up the plays. Little draw play.
Eaglin on the run, and South Dearborn got him. I think it looked like another loss. So they've almost backed Lawrenceburg up to their own end zone. Lawrenceburg is going to be forced to punt here on 4th down. They're going to have to punt from about the 5 or 6 yard line. And I don't know if South Dearborn is going to try to break through and block the punt, or if they're going to try to get a run bout. The only dangerous thing about trying to block a punt is roughing the kicker. And you'd sure hate to do that when you got this kind of field position.
3rd down and 20 for, or 4th down and 20, excuse me, for Lawrenceburg.
Sturgeon's back to punt. He gets a good high punt. It's caught very good by number 88. No place to go. And he's still struggling. He picked up about 2 yards after he was hit by 2 or 3 Lawrenceburg guys. He still struggled on out there and picked up a couple more yards.
A.J. Gray on that punt return. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave Neary Stadium for a quick commercial break. Where at 6:19 in the 3rd quarter, your Lawrenceburg Tigers are winning 7 over South Dearborn 6. Let's take a quick commercial break.
From time to time, we all could use assistance in our financial affairs. American State Bank offers personal service for all of your financial needs.
Along with the attractive rates being offered on personal or automobile financing, American State Bank also offers a low fixed rate MasterCard or Visa.
American State can help if you're buying or building your home. We also make home equity loans.
See either of the 4 American State Bank locations in Lawrenceburg and Aurora, member FDIC.
Take comfort in the Train XL90, a gas furnace that's over 90% energy efficient, and it's got a limited lifetime warranty on its heat exchangers.
Take comfort in his service. Take comfort in his name. Take comfort in the man from Train.
See Abbott Heating and Cooling today at 3 East Center Street in Lawrenceburg, or call us at 537-4704.
Ladies and gentlemen, South Dearborn still has the ball on about the 35-yard line.
Nice pass.
Nice pass. He's open field.
He cut back to the middle. Lawrenceburg was able to pull him down, but a real nice, we was talking about not a whole lot of passing, and there they come through, a real nice pass play.
Herbie Smith caught that pass.
That Herbie Smith, he has some speed, too. Once he gets in the open, he can move.
He was wide open on that pass.
Have a replay on this play. Watch Smith cuts right across the middle. It's a little play-action pass. Morris fires that ball in there. Real nice pass. And Smith picks up a first down on about, well, it looks like about the 7 or 8 yard line. They give to the fullback going inside, and I don't believe they can get a first down. I think they have to score a touchdown. I don't think they have 10 yards to go. It's second down. And it looks to me like about 8 or 9 yards for the first.
Second down and 9.
For the touchdown.
Let's see if Morris can get the South Dearborn Knights into the end zone on this drive. It's back to pass. Oh, wide open receiver in the end zone. Touchdown, South Dearborn.
But we do have a flag down on the play. I don't know what it is, but that was a real nice pass.
The guy who's in the slot on Rick's side jumped the snap.
Okay, illegal motion. Touchdown. We'll see what the penalty's on. It's against South Dearborn.
It's South Dearborn.
27. Okay, black captain. That was a touchdown run. They'll have a touchdown, but we had illegal motion on the wing back. Moving back 5, he ran down. Okay. We're moving back 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. Got the ball.
Illegal motion on the South Dearborn Knights.
Illegal motion on the offense. The wing back moved before the snap. Still second down.
Takes away the touchdown.
Illegal motion.
That was Hacho, I think.
Second down.
Touchdown pass, and he was in the end zone. It was a touchdown. So, again, penalties are just killing these teams. If they could play the game without penalties, they'd be scoring some points here. But that brought South Dearborn back from the touchdown and gave them a 5-yard penalty. Now they're spreading the field out again. Wouldn't surprise me to see another pass. They're throwing the ball real good tonight.
Draw play.
Draw play. Lambert's right on top of it, and they pick up a couple yards maybe.
That draw play didn't fool the Lawrenceburg defense at all.
Looked like Kobe Lambert was in on that play, and also Rob Couch helped out on bringing him down. So we still have third down and about 15, it looks like. This is real key position here. South Dearborn has good field position.
Oh, broken
down,
up.
should have been intercepted. That was not a good pass. That was a lame duck going in there, and it looked like he tried to force it. That time there was no motion, and there was no fake.
Let's take a look again at that play. Looks like Jack Skaggs was in on that deflection.
It looks to me like South Dearborn is going to try a field goal here. Lawrenceburg is ahead 7-6. This field goal would put South Dearborn ahead if they make it, and that's what they're going to try unless it's a fake.
It's up, and it's good.
All right, South Dearborn takes the lead. That was a low line drive field goal.
Beautiful.
It wasn't real high, but it counts 3 points.
Steve Gimmer hit that field goal from about 25 yards out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break with about 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third quarter, where South Dearborn has just taken the lead 9-7 over the Lawrenceburg Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
The legend of the Colonel's rotisserie gold is the talk of Lake Edna. You should hear what they're saying about the deep marination, the slow roasting, that special blend of herbs and spices, and the golden brown color. But 5-year-old Allie put it best when she said, the Colonel's rotisserie gold in quarters, halves, and wholes. At KFC, we do chicken right.
For over 95 years, Perpetual Federal Savings and Loan Association has been providing financial services to this community. Perpetual Federal has always been a strong, solid institution with a variety of savings and loan services which include checking with interest, CDs, money market deposit accounts, home equity and home loans, student loans, IRAs, and much, much more. Join the generations of Southern Indiana families who have grown accustomed to the friendly, knowledgeable service at Perpetual Federal, your family financial center.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. we're from commercial break, where the South Dearborn Knights have kicked a field goal from about 25 to 30 yards away. And the South Dearborn Knights are getting ready to kick the ball back to the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
All right, South Dearborn has taken the lead by 2 points. They lost a touchdown on a penalty, which would have, of course, given them 6 points, maybe 7, or maybe 8. But anyway, they did kick the field goal, and they're going to settle for a 2-point lead at this time and kick off.
Beautiful
nice,
kickoff.
High, deep kick. And Lawrenceburg catches the ball, drops it, picks it up. He's trying to come straight up the middle. And South Dearborn makes the tackle on about the 20, 22, 23-yard line. Lawrenceburg's return man was number 40. Who's not in the roster. But he bobbled the catch a little bit. It hit the ground, and that slowed down return down. South Dearborn got real good coverage, and so Lawrenceburg comes up 1st and 10 on about their own 23, 24-yard line. And Lawrenceburg, Atkins is back to throw. He's got the man down.
Intercepted by South Dearborn.
South Dearborn intercepted pass was intended for Marine, Devin Marine. Who was that intercepted that? He had real good coverage all the way. He read the quarterback and was able to pick
Andy Seaver caught that. Andy Seaver, let's look at the replay
here. We have a replay here. You see Atkins back to throw, and real good coverage all the way. I couldn't even get the number.
Couldn't really tell who was that.
But it was a real nice, that's 2 real nice interceptions South Dearborn's had. So again, they get the ball. Here South Dearborn has kicked off this quarter to start the quarter, but since then they've had the ball because they've intercepted the pass from Lawrenceburg.
South Dearborn has excellent field position on the Lawrenceburg 48.
A lot of pressure put on. He's back to throw, and he comes up and tries to run. And he does pick up power 5-6 yards.
Here's on the keeper for the Knights. Driven out of bounds by number 5 of the Tigers, Devin Marine.
Lawrenceburg had about 3 or 4 guys back here to pressure Mark Morrison running the ball. Looked like a broken up pass play. Morris gets about 3 or 4 yards on that play, which brings up about a 2nd and 7.
He picked up about 3. He got outside, and he's got some pretty good speed when he gets going, too. So it was a pass play that turned into a running play and picked up 3 yards. So we have 2nd and 7 here for South Dearborn. Man in motion. We have a trap play up the middle. Big Eric Lowe's pounded up the middle. The right guard pulled, got a real good trap block, and sprung Lowe's loose right up the middle. And he did not quite pick up the first down. It looks like they're short of about a yard.
About a yard or so.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 1. That's one of the few times South Dearborn's been able to gain any yardage up the middle. And that came about as a result of a real good trap block.
Quarterback keep up the middle. And it looks like Morris has first down yardage.
Looks like he got it. Yeah, that was a good call. The first time they've run the quarterback sneak all night. And Lawrenceburg in that 4-man line, they were able to break through and pick up the first down. So South Dearborn with a 2-point lead, got the ball on about the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Real good field position, not in any hurry to try to score. They're going to try to probably run the ball in there, although they've had a tremendous amount of success passing the ball.
We got open field.
There's some speed.
Herbie Smith again. Herbie Smith.
Herbie Smith has some speed. That was a counter play. They had motion going to the right. Here's a replay on. You'll see that it's a counter play. They have motion going to the right. They fake the run to the right. Herbie comes in. He runs into a Lawrenceburg player, and then he bounces to the outside, and he turns the Jets on. So South Dearborn is down on about the 7-yard line. First down, 7 yards to go for a touchdown. Hand off to Big Eric Lowe. Oh!
Touchdown, South Dearborn.
Touchdown.
A.J. Gray on the option.
Okay, had me fooled. I thought he handed off to Lowe. I think he fooled a few Lawrenceburg players too. And A.J. pulled the ball out, kept it himself, went around right in, took it in for the touchdown. A real good fake by Lowe going into the line there.
A.J. Gray with a 7-yard run there on the option play. And we're going to have a
Here's
replay.
The replay. Well, he's in the end zone. We didn't get to see a whole lot of the replay, but it was a very well executed play by South Dearborn on the option play. So here in the third quarter, it's been all South Dearborn. They've had the ball practically the whole quarter, and they've scored a touchdown and a field goal, and now they're going to attempt the extra point. There is a timeout on the field. I think Lawrenceburg called a timeout.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break right now, where with 1:23 left in the third quarter, South Dearborn has taken an 8-point lead over the Lawrenceburg Tigers. The score is 15-7. All right, we'll be right back after these brief messages.
From time to time, we all could use assistance in our financial affairs. American State Bank offers personal service for all of your financial needs.
Along with the attractive rates being offered on personal or automobile financing, American State Bank also offers a low fixed rate MasterCard or Visa.
American State can help if you're buying or building your home. We also make home equity loans.
See either of the 4 American State Bank locations in Lawrenceburg and Aurora, member FDIC.
Whether you're remodeling, replacing, or building new, we present an open and shut case for Anderson Windows. Anderson Windows and Patio Doors, opening and closing daily in America's finest homes, as well as her finest dealers.
South Dearborn has lit a fire here among themselves. They've scored a field goal. Now they've come back, scored a touchdown. They're going to go for 2 on the extra point. So they're going to try to stretch this league out so that Lawrenceburg will have to do more than get a touchdown to tie it. It's a pass wide open.
2 points.
Beautiful play action pass. It looked like Lawrenceburg was looking for the run. He faked the run and threw the pass. It was a real nice pass.
A.J. Gray again on that 2-point conversion.
So that gave him 2 points. That makes it 17-7. A 10-point lead, which means Lawrenceburg's almost going to have to score 2 touchdowns to get back in the game.
A.J. Gray on that 2-point conversion.
And the South Dearborn fans are coming alive here. It's the first time South Dearborn's been ahead of Lawrenceburg for several years.
I think I heard the last time that South Dearborn has been a leading Lawrenceburg has been about 10 years ago. Maybe it's been sooner than that, but I think the last time
well, it's been a while,
about 10 years.
But they're taking advantage of it right now. They're trying to really enjoy this. And, of course, they have to kick off to Lawrenceburg, but they've got a lot of fire now. Lawrenceburg is going to have to move the football here in this third quarter.
Beautiful kickoff. Ricky Eaglin has the kickoff return.
Brought it right back up the middle. Brought it back to about the 35-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Lawrenceburg. And we're down to about a little over 1 minute left in the third quarter. We've got a real good ball game going here, fans. There's been a lot of penalties, but other than that, it's been a real good ball game. South Dearborn has lost 1 touchdown as a result of a penalty, but they did come back and kick a field goal, so they did score. Here's the pitch outside to Eaglin. He's got some blockers out, and he is caught from behind by number 67 again.
That's our man, Kevin Roberts.
I'll tell you what, he's breaking in that backfield, and he pulled Eaglin down on that pitch. Eaglin had 2 blockers out in front of him, but it didn't do any good because he caught him from behind. Pulled him down from behind, breaking through the line of scrimmage. We have a Lawrenceburg timeout. 32 seconds to go in the quarter. All right, Coach Pugh's out on the field talking to the Lawrenceburg offense. He is the offensive coach for Lawrenceburg. Coach Foster Harris has his defensive captain over talking to him, making sure that they know what their defense is going to try to do. And so both teams are taking extra precautions here to make sure that the teams are not confused and the players know what they're going to be doing, and they're trying to eliminate mistakes, and both teams want to take advantage of anything that can happen.
We'll be announcing the game ball raffle winners. Tonight we have
We've got 32 seconds left in the third period, and South Dearborn is winning by 10 points, 17-7 over the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
All right, it's been all South Dearborn here in the third quarter. They have scored, 11 points here in the third quarter with a field goal and a touchdown and a two-point conversion. It's a play-action pass, a fake pass out to Devin Marine. He's got the first down. He's still going. Oh! Finally brought down. Nice gain. Brought down on about the 35-yard line of South Dearborn. So that was a big play for Lawrenceburg.
Jason Bunchbach made the stop on the 35. Here's the replay on that.
The replay on this pass. It's a real good fake into the line, a play-action pass. And Marine is wide open out there. Gets the ball, breaks a couple of tackles, and then is upended. So it's 1st and 10 for Lawrenceburg.
Coming to the end of the third period. And there's the end of the third period, where the South Dearborn Knights are still leading the Lawrenceburg Tigers on the perpetual scoreboard by 17-7. And we're going to commercial break right now with the score 17-7. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
For over 95 years, Perpetual Federal Savings and Loan Association has been providing financial services to this community. Perpetual Federal has always been a strong, solid institution with a variety of savings and loan services which include checking with interest, CDs, money market deposit accounts, home equity and home loans, student loans, IRAs, and much, much more. Join the generations of Southern Indiana families who have grown accustomed to the friendly, knowledgeable service at Perpetual Federal, your family financial center.
There is a wide variety of fine trade-ins available at Andy Chevrolet Olds Geo. High-volume new car and truck sales bring in a large number of trades. George Redding, used car manager, and Terry Blodgett can help find what you want. Besides what you see on the lot, they have a list of all trades that are coming in on new car or truck sold orders. All trade-ins are sold with a 102% money-back guarantee. Buying a used car or truck at Andy's $49 factory invoice trade-in center will be a pleasant experience. Sales hours are from 9 to 9 on weekdays and 9 to 4 on Saturday. Andy Chevrolet Olds Geo, I-275 and US 50 in Lawrenceburg.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, the South Dearborn Tide is enjoying this 10-point lead after the third quarter.
All right, it was all South Dearborn during the third quarter, and Lawrenceburg is in a desperate situation now. Going into the fourth quarter, 10 points down. They do have good field position, but by being 10 points down, it's going to take 2 touchdowns to try to win this ball game. And it's not over yet. Both teams are still going to be giving it everything they've got, and it'll be an interesting fourth quarter.
Immediately following the game to claim your prize.
Lawrenceburg has a 1st and 10, and it's about on the 31, 32-yard line.
Atkins fades back. Oh, he's hit. And overthrows his man.
He had him wide open. Had he caught that ball, it would have been a touchdown.
Kevin Roberts again back there.
Kevin Roberts was putting the pressure on. South Dearborn was putting the pressure on him, but he had time to throw the ball. And Sturgeon had the defensive man beat, but the ball was overthrown. So South Dearborn had a lot of success with the passing game. And now Lawrenceburg is coming back and putting the ball up in the air. Sturgeon goes out, and here comes big Kaniga into the ball game for Lawrenceburg. Kaniga's playing at tight end position. We have Bartley and Eaglin in the backfield. Devin Marine is split out to the right, or out to the left. There's a fake to Bartley, give to the back, Eaglin, second back through, and he is tackled there by one of the linebackers from South Dearborn. I couldn't see who it was.
I think it was Kevin Roberts again.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Kevin Roberts.
If it was, he's all over this field. I don't know how he reacted. It looked like they had a good hold, and all at once, bang, he was down.
Kevin Roberts has been playing the field all over the place, breaking up plays here and there.
Okay, we got third and about 6 here. Big play for Lawrenceburg. They definitely need a touchdown here on this series. And it's a play-action pass. Overthrew. The closest man to it was South Dearborn defensive back. It was overthrown by Sturgeon. He couldn't touch it. And so this will be 4th down, and I imagine Lawrenceburg will go for this. They're in 4-down territory, especially being down 10 points.
Breaking that one up.
They are going to go for it on 4th down. They had Atkins set up in the shotgun.
Uh-oh.
And he threw the ball out
Nobody even
of
close
bounds.
to that ball.
All right, it was a pass play all the way. Had Atkins in the shotgun. And South Dearborn's defense has held and will now go on the offense and is really putting Lawrenceburg to the test now. Lawrenceburg stays in their basic defense. South Dearborn comes up in the same run and shoot offense. They bring the left slot back in motion, give a straight handoff to big Eric Lowe's heading up the middle, and he doesn't look like he gets anywhere. Stacked up there by Lambert. Did pick up
on the run for the South Dearborn Knights.
That wasn't Lowe's.
Tackled by Brian
Okay.
Kaniga of the Tigers.
We stopped by Kaniga.
Almost run. It will be 2nd and 9 for the Knights.
Coburn got a gain of a yard on that play. Brings up 2nd and 9. Smith on that carry. Looks like he slipped a little bit on the grass.
Number 66 of the Tigers, Jack Skaggs.
I think he looked like he lost a yard.
Skaggs broke through, broke down real good, made a real good clean tackle on that. South Dearborn, I believe, is going to try to run the ball as much as they can and try to eat that clock up. And of course, Lawrenceburg wants to try to keep the clock stopped. But we have a 3rd down now and about 11 yards, so there was a loss on the play. South Dearborn has it spread out wide to the right. And it is a pass play. And it is intercepted. Atkins intercepts the ball on about the 35-yard line of South, about 36 or 7-yard line of South Dearborn. So Lawrenceburg is going to have real good field position. That hurt South Dearborn. They didn't get a punch that time.
Here's a replay.
Okay, he just throws it. Looks like he almost just throws the ball up. And
yeah, it looked like it was just a desperation throw from Marcus. He had some Lawrenceburg players in there on his pursuit. It just looks like he just threw the ball away.
Lawrenceburg lined up in the I formation, and Eaglin took the ball, took the handoff from the tailback spot, and went off left tackle. Picked up about 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 5. They're in the I formation again. with the wide receiver to the right, to the wide side of the field. Another again to Eaglin, running behind the fullback, run off left tackle. Down close to the first down.
Ricky Eaglin on the carry once again, straight ahead.
Looks like Lawrenceburg's got a little momentum back in their offense. Running the ball pretty well.
Well, it's a serious situation for them now. They don't have a lot of time to try to score. It looks to me like they're trying to set Marine up over here for a pass. They've given the last two handoffs to the left side of the line. There's a quick hitter to Bartley, the fullback, and he just kept going after he got hit. He picked up a first down, and that was all Bartley. He just kept on rambling, keeping those legs pumping, and picked up a nice first down for Lawrenceburg inside the 20. Looks down at the inside the 15.
Lawrenceburg has a 1st and 10 from the South Dearborn 15-yard line.
Lawrenceburg is staying in the I formation. Eaglin is at the tailback. Bartley's at the fullback. That last handoff was to Eaglin, and they're pounding that left side of the line. I don't know if they think they found a weakness over there or what they're doing, but they've been hitting the left side of the line this drive and moving the ball downfield. The last time was a pickup of about 2 yards. All right, now they're in they're back in the I. Eaglin is at tailback. Bartley's at fullback. Split receiver to the right. Fake a handoff to Bartley. They're throwing the ball deep and
incomplete.
And
pass.
It was
From Atkins to number 41, Rob Couch.
Rob Couch.
In and out of his hands, it looked
like he had the ball and dropped it, and he was open. It was a nice pass. South Dearborn was putting some pressure on, but it was a play that could have been completed there. That brings us up to 3rd down in about 7 or 8. Again, Lawrenceburg is still in 4-down territory, so they have 2 downs to try to pick up this first down here. There's the pitch outside. Eaglin again is caught from behind. Looked like Lowe's broke through there then. Number 58, it looks like, for South Dearborn.
Steve Gimmer made the initial hit, and then Eric Lowe's made the stop.
Lawrenceburg had little or no gain. Maybe they lost a few yards on it. It's now 4th and 7. Really a big down here for Lawrenceburg. Lawrenceburg needs this first down. South Dearborn needs to stiffen up. This is a big test for both teams right here.
And South Dearborn has stopped the Lawrenceburg Tigers from gaining that first down yardage again.
All right, that was a pass to Lambert.
Number 25, Jason.
Okay, we're going to take a real quick commercial break with 6.5 minutes left in the 4th period, where the South Dearborn Knights are winning over the Lawrenceburg Tigers 17-7. We'll be right back after these messages.
For over 95 years, Perpetual Federal Savings and Loan Association has been providing financial services to this community. Perpetual Federal has always been a strong, solid institution with a variety of savings and loan services which include checking with interest, CDs, money market deposit accounts, home equity and home loans, student loans, IRAs, and much, much more. Join the generations of Southern Indiana families who have grown accustomed to the friendly, knowledgeable service at Perpetual Federal, your family financial center.
Take comfort in the Trane XL90, a gas furnace that's over 90% energy efficient, and it's got a limited lifetime warranty on its heat exchangers.
Take comfort in his service. Take comfort in his name. Take comfort in the man from Trane.
See Abbott Heating and Cooling today at 3 East Center Street in Lawrenceburg, or call us at 537-4704.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. South Dearborn has taken the ball over on downs from the Lawrenceburg Tigers. Herbie Smith has space. He's beaten one guy. He's gone. Herbie Smith. Touchdown, Herbie
What a
Smith.
play. What a run.
What a play.
Anybody that doesn't think Smith has speed, they should have seen that run then. He broke loose, broke out of the pack, and then just outran him. Here comes the replay on this play. And Herbie Smith turns on the Jets. And as you saw on the replay, Eric Lowe's broke that play loose. He made a super block on Lawrenceburg's defensive end, blocked him out, and that gave a hole for Smith to break through, and he did break through. He broke it down. How many yard run was that?
85 yards.
85-yard touchdown run.
Gimmer misses the extra point. Right now, South Dearborn has a pretty commanding lead over the Tigers. 23-7 with 6:16 left in the fourth period.
Yes, South Dearborn has completely dominated this second half. They dominated the third quarter. They stopped Lawrenceburg twice from scoring in the fourth quarter. And then they took the ball over on the 15. I guess it was about the 15-yard line. And Boy Smith broke it out behind a block by Lowe's. Lowe's got a super block, and Smith saw the hole, and he just took off upfield, and he has some speed. So Lawrenceburg has really put themselves in a hole here. South Dearborn is gaining more confidence, it seems, as the game goes on. All right, South Dearborn is going to kick off. This is what, the third or fourth time they've kicked off this half. So their kickoff team's getting a lot of practice here, and they've taken control of the game here in the second half. Lawrenceburg did lead at 7-6 at the end of the first half, and in the second half, it's been all South Dearborn. It's a squib kick, goes right through the hands of Sturgeon for Lawrenceburg, and South Dearborn with real good coverage. Number 81 is down there, right on top of him.
Bryce Gibson.
That's Gibson, and boy, he shot down the field and made the tackle right when he tried to pick the ball up.
Looks like the grass is getting a little slick out there because it looks like Doug Sturgeon had a little trouble getting his feet together and taking off.
Yeah, that ball scooted. Of course, it was a good kick. It was a squib kick, and it hit the ground, and instead of bouncing, it looked like it just scooted, and it was hard to pick up. So the dew might be making the grass a little bit wet, but it doesn't seem to be bothering South Dearborn any. Of course, I think they're really fired up now.
Fumble on the play. South Dearborn
players say they have it. The official says Lawrenceburg has it.
Yeah.
Boy, that ball popped straight up in the air. Several South Dearborn players were around it, but I don't believe they saw it pop up in the air.
Kind of looked like... Okay, here's a replay. Let's see who knocks the fumble out. Can't really tell who caused the fumble.
There was 2 or 3 white jerseys in there, and you couldn't tell who caused it, but Lawrenceburg was very fortunate to pick that fumble up, and they ended up gaining a couple of 3 yards off of it.
Kind of looked like Bart Black had the ball there for a minute, number 55 from South Dearborn.
And they run a straight handoff to Ricky Eaglin. It looks like Lawrenceburg's trying to set something up to try to hit a big play here by running that straight handoff, but South Dearborn's defense has stiffened up, and they're playing with an awful lot of enthusiasm.
This sets up for a 3rd and 4 situation for the Lawrenceburg Tigers.
Eric Lowe shot through the line that time. He didn't make the tackle, but he broke up the timing on the Lawrenceburg play. He shot through from that linebacker spot, and then they gave the ball to number 40, and very short gain, so it's 4th down and about 3, it looks like.
Just looks like Lawrenceburg's offense has lost momentum since the first half.
Yep, that sure does. Sturgeon is back to kick. To punt. I think this is only the second punt Lawrenceburg's had the whole ball game. The other one was from out of their end zone almost. South Dearborn is setting up a return. They didn't try to block it. It's a deep, high punt, and he lets it go. It takes a Lawrenceburg bounce. So Lawrenceburg is going to come out with real good field position here. They backed South Dearborn up, but the clock is on South Dearborn's side, and so is the score. So South Dearborn will probably be trying to go for first downs rather than touchdowns here, I imagine, now, and try to run that clock out. They're pretty happy with a 23-7 lead.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a real quick commercial break right now, where with 3:57 left in the fourth quarter, South Dearborn 23, Lawrenceburg 7. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
From time to time, we all could use assistance in our financial affairs. American State Bank offers personal service for all of your financial needs.
Along with the attractive rates being offered on personal or automobile financing, American State Bank also offers a low fixed rate MasterCard or Visa.
American State can help if you're buying or building your home. We also make home equity loans.
See either of the 4 American State Bank locations in Lawrenceburg and Aurora, member FDIC.
The Colonel's legendary lost recipe for rotisserie chicken is so good, it deserves its own special side dishes, like tangy barbecue baked beans with bacon, garden rice with vegetables, macaroni and cheddar cheese, and hot cornbread muffins. Enjoy a great meal with a quarter of the Colonel's rotisserie gold, 2 of your favorite side dishes, and a cornbread muffin. And I guarantee these recipes will never get lost. Now, where did I put them? The Colonel's rotisserie gold. At KFC, we do chicken right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Sturgeon has kicked off or punted the ball to South Dearborn. South Dearborn is back on the 10-yard line.
Looked like a quarterback keep on that. They faked the ball to Lowe's and had Smith out in front blocking, and quarterback kept the ball, picked up 2 or 3 yards.
Skaggs makes a tackle for the Lawrenceburg Tigers. This brings down a 2nd and 7 situation for South Dearborn.
If South Dearborn wins this game, that's going to be giving them a real good season. I think they were 4-2 coming into this game. This would make them 5-2, and with a chance to go 6-2 on the season. Here's, who is that, Lowe? No, it's not Lowe's. Maybe it is Lowe's. Lowe's running the ball. Looked like he was carrying a couple tacklers with him. Only picked up a yard or 2, but he's taking time off the clock. It's a pass out. Okay, they faked the run to Smith coming around the left end. Morse kept the ball, hit it very well, and started to go around right end, and Lawrenceburg was picking him up, and then he threw the ball for a pass and completed the pass for a first down.
Here's the replay on that. Like Morris had a little problem getting his footing there. Dumps the pass off to A.J. Gray, number 22.
And that brought a first down for them. So South Dearborn is still moving the football. All right, Morse running the option.
Off to Herbie Smith.
Here's speed again.
Herbie gets a good run on that play, but doesn't get the end zone.
Brings it down to about the 16-yard line. A very well executed option play. Morse rode the ball, rode the fullback, kept the ball, come on the outside. Here's a replay on it, and Morse really does a good job of reading this play, and then he makes the pitch to Smith. Look at that. He reads it, makes the Lawrenceburg man commit himself, and then gives the pitch to Smith, and Smith looks like from here he could have run it on in the end zone, but he probably saw something a whole lot different. There's a quarterback sneak straight up the middle by Morse, picking up some yardage on the first down.
Good for a gain of...
Looks like he picked up 3 or 4 yards on that.
Second and 6 for the night.
On the quarterback sneak. So South Dearborn is pretty much having their way here in the third and fourth quarter. Speed is the name of the game, and Smith has speed.
Another quarterback keep.
Just thinks, well, I'll run another quarterback sneak. Nice hole up the middle. Got 2 big guards in there, giving him some good blocking. And
kind of looks like South Dearborn did get the first down yardage on that. Puts them on the 8-yard line and sets them up for another touchdown.
So they're down to the 8-yard line. They have to get 8 yards for the touchdown. The last 2 plays have been quarterback sneaks right up the middle.
Another quarterback keep off to the left side. Nope. He was knocked out of bounds right about the 1-yard line.
Right about the 1-yard line. He's got some good speed getting outside. He got some good blocking. And it looked like that was a quarterback keeper almost coming out like a tailback. Find your hole and go for it. So South Dearborn is down on about the 1-yard line, second down. The last 3 plays, it's been all quarterback keeps.
Mark went down to 1 knee on that play.
Third down. Set it.
We got 20-some seconds left in the game. Mark Morse is just going to take the knee and not run up the score on the Lawrenceburg Tigers. Kind of looks like South Dearborn's going to let the clock wind down with about 10 seconds left.
A lot of celebrating here by South Dearborn. It's been a long time coming. South Dearborn has a real good ball club, and they dominated the second half. Lawrenceburg led this ball game 7-6 at halftime. But when they came out for the third quarter, it was all South Dearborn. South Dearborn scored, 17 points here in the second half to 0 for Lawrenceburg. So they completely dominated, and Lawrenceburg just couldn't do anything about it.
Well, at the end of the fourth quarter, the perpetual scoreboard read 23-7 as the South Dearborn Knights have beaten the Lawrenceburg Tigers 23-7.
For over 95 years, Perpetual Federal Savings and Loan Association has been providing financial services to this community. Perpetual Federal has always been a strong, solid institution with a variety of savings and loan services which include checking with interest, CDs, money market deposit accounts, home equity and home loans, student loans, IRAs, and much, much more. Join the generation Southern Indiana families who have grown accustomed to the friendly, knowledgeable service at Perpetual Federal, your family financial center.
Whether you're remodeling, replacing, or building new, we present an open and shut case for Anderson Windows. Anderson Windows and Patio Doors, opening and closing daily in America's finest homes, as well as her finest dealers.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Neary Field here in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, where South Dearborn has beaten the Lawrenceburg Tigers 23-7. I'm standing here with the winning coach, Jim Wheat. Mr. Wheat, going into halftime, you're down 7-6. What were your thoughts and what did you say to your kids when you come back out of halftime?
Well, when we went into halftime, it's like I told Coach Meter here. We told him we didn't play a good first half at all. We made some mistakes. We had some penalties. Offensively, we did look good, and we're only down 1 point. So right then, that was kind of a boost for him that we could play that bad and only be down 1. And that I told him, our second half would be ours if we come out and give the effort like we have in other games, and unfortunately, we did that.
Okay. Seemed like the offense came back. Did you spark the offense anyway? Did you say anything to Mark or Mr. Lowe's or anything before halftime ended?
Well, at halftime, I always talk to Mark, our quarterback, and we made a little bit of adjustment on his read on the option and brought him on a little bit of different angle and told him to, keep his ride a little bit longer because their ends were really doing a nice job of slow reading that, and they were able to take him or the dive, help out on the dive. So, we told him to ride a little bit longer and come down a different angle. That helped him, free up and, get the ball out a little bit and give it to the pitch. And Eric, at halftime, we thought Eric just wasn't running as hard as he has in the past. And, we told him he's got to get up on that dive and give us a little bit more effort. And he did the second half.
Okay, Coach?
On that last option, when Smith come down the field, so I sat up there and watched Lowe on a block. He got a crunching block on that to break it loose, and then, of course, there's no substitute for speed with Smith.
No, Herbie's one of the fastest guys in the conference. They're always talking about some kid up at Greensburg being the fastest, but Herbie was second in conference track meet last year behind Alex Smith, and he's no longer here, so I think that makes Herbie the fastest. And Eric, I remember that play, Coach, and Eric got a nice block after the dive, and Herb turned it on. He turned on the juice.
Well, your boys, your team played with so much enthusiasm and I thought confidence in the second half. I mean, I thought the entire second half they played with an awful lot of confidence, and that was a big difference.
Well, our word for this year's ACE, ACE, and it's, it stands for attitude, confidence, and effort, and that's what we talk about every game and every day in practice, and I think that came through for us tonight. And then also, we've been really hard on the kids this year about conditioning. We run them hard, and we condition real hard, and I think it showed tonight that we're in pretty good condition.
Pays off in the second half.
No question.
Now, Coach, this gives you a second in the conference and possibly a tie for first if Greensburg would beat East Central as conferences are decided. And all I can say is if you play like in the playoffs like you played tonight, I'd look out.
I hope so. We've got Milan next week, and we're not going to overlook Milan at all. They should have beat us or could have beat us the last 2 years. We did not play well, and they played great games. And we're not going to overlook them. We're going to prepare hard for them, and then we'll get ready for EC.
Well, Coach, I'd like to just say congratulations. Thanks, and good luck and a well-played ball game
tonight.
Thank
you. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
Okay, congratulations, Coach Wheat.
Thank you.
Good luck in the playoffs.